Hey, Chair, how you doing, brother? I'm good. I'm good. It's been one of those gaming days. I feel like Farm Sim is conspiring against me sometimes, but ultimately it's been a good day. This is, it's not Pedro Bay. Let me get up to the top of the hill here with some momentum. And I'll tell you, it's not, hang on, I got two questions. It's not Pedro Bay, it's not Northport, it's not White Valley, so it's got to be Mountain River. Yeah, oh, and I don't know what the map maker did back there, but I feel like they cranked up the ice mod to try to make it feel like mud, and instead it's just misery. I was so frustrated back there today, finishing up on that forestry. So we need 2 cement now. And this big crane with the 4-slot trailer, it works well for a lot of things, but it really is not easy to maneuver in small areas. I mean, I think ultimately it is a good rig. No, this isn't beta. This is just the hotfix that came in today. What's in the beta? Anything significantly different than the full retail? The flatbed ramp, the dolly version, not the semi-trailer, but the flatbed ramp trailer apparently has some buggy physics. If you put enough strain on it at certain angles, it will start to vibrate and just jump into space. And apparently other people have had a problem with it as well. So I was curious if they have fixed that. You know, they may have, and just not put anything in the patch notes. Sort of gloss over the fact that it was ever a problem. Right? Like, I returned the money before anybody knew I stole it. Therefore, I didn't rob you. You know, that sort of thing. I'm just speculating. I have no idea if that's the case, but... Oh. Okay, so there's more map, and there's another vehicle. That is tempting, but you have to do a new save game. Sir. My dude just hates trees. Okay, that would be great if they did. I do like that trailer. I do like that trailer, but it's it doesn't like me. Just, are there any other trees that I can pull down? Let's see, can we try this? Maybe a little bit of this. No, sir. Can we... Anything at all. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. What map is everybody on? What area? And is everyone still binging the game way too many hours per day? Oh, nice big freeze. Island Lake, what do you think? Island Lake is kind of it's kind of spooky out there. I'm gonna fuel up. We don't need to, but I feel like the reason we never need to is because we always do. Cleared Northport, most of Mountain River. Is that tasks and contracts? Or tasks first? Yeah, it's very swampy. There's a collapsed cell phone tower, mobile tower, that for some reason I just find very, there's something that's very, like, disturbing about it. I don't know what. It's very DayZ. Tasks and contracts, right on. I got the tasks done and we're doing contracts now. Last episode, yesterday, was a bit of a handful. Things just felt off in my world. Hopefully we'll have a better stream today. Oh! Made you feel cut off. What did? Wait. What? Where's our delivery? Oh! Alright. I'm glad we filled up when we did. So we go here, and here, and right there. Okay. Yeah, there was something really kind of eerie about it. Man, kudos to the developers. When you can create a 3D model and put a texture on it, and it's static, it's not moving around, it doesn't make sounds or anything, it's just a visual image that can generate those kinds of emotions and feelings in people. Man, that is art. This is probably not the right trailer for this job. I've felt that a few times yesterday and today. I think as the game fills out and there are more like highway areas, that Ford truck, I mean, you know, I'm a Ford fan. I would love to drive that Ford truck, but it's got no all-wheel drive and no diff lock. I don't know what it would be good for in any of these maps, but I have to think there's content coming later. I mean, content that's already built that truck will work well in. So this trailer, I think in certain scenarios is great, the way we've used it, but for something like what we're doing right now, it's just... I don't know, man. I think it's just a little too long and a little too floppy. 15 to 20 more FPS. That's a lot of FPSs. I'll take it. I'm not getting nearly enough FPSs right now. I just looked up in the corner, and that is not cool. All right, so I think we need to... Done. All right, I think that's just about everything we can do. I think everything else is in Northport. That's in Northport. That's in White Valley. Is there oil in White Valley? There is. Okay, so we can do that job from White Valley. Let me see. I want to say these are all in Northport, are they not? And half of them are locked. What I don't want to do is leave. Okay, that's here, but it's locked until we do the floating drill. Okay. Why do you think that is? Northport. Why do you think you're getting that drop off? Pedro Bay. What goes to Pedro Bay? Concrete blocks. Consumables. We can get concrete blocks here, can we not? Concrete blocks. Where are there concrete blocks? Are they in Pedro Bay? Let's go to the map. Concrete blocks. At the service hub. Okay, so that's all the way on the other side. And then, are there consumables on this map as well? Concrete. Sir? Concrete blocks. Why am I not seeing concrete blocks anywhere? Let's go back here. Pedro Bay has concrete blocks and consumables, is what I'm seeing. Okay, I was wondering if it was a memory leak or heat or something. Global map. Pedro Bay. Oh no, we're in Mountain River. And we do have consumables here. Let's do this. Let's get consumables and fuel on the way to Pedro Bay, and then in Pedro Bay, we'll get concrete blocks. It says we can get them there. It says we can. Concrete blocks. But it's not telling me where I can get them. That's wood. That's concrete blocks. Okay, so if we come in and just come right down here, we'll already have half. Okay, let's do it that way. Right. Consumables. We'll get those on the way out. So we're going here. Here I said. We're going here. Right there. And then right here. And we'll get fuel on the way past. And we'll get it's a good way to turn around here. Let's just go back here. We'll get fuel on the way past, and when we pull in to get our consumables, that's a service area, so it'll top off our health. All right, here we go. I'm hoping if we can knock out enough of these kind of, I don't know, generic deliveries, right? Take the concrete blocks, take the consumables. If we can knock out enough of those, we'll be able to swap out for the Freightliner and go haul some of those enormous trailers. Oh, you're on a laptop? Okay. Do you have a chill pad, or do you put it up on blocks or anything just to get more flow through the vents? Okay. Oh, God. Twice now. Okay. Yeah, I worry about heat with gaming laptops. It just seems, I mean, when I feel the amount of heat that a tower puts out, and I think that's, I mean, you can have the same CPU and the same graphics card. Are we, what are we doing? How did we get here? What? That's not where I want to be. Oh, we gotta get turned around. Yeah, the amount of heat management in laptops is unbelievable. I don't know how it's possible. Is anybody making a liquid-cooled laptop yet? I bet somebody is. Yeah, that i7-9700, when I got this new system in December, that i7-9700 almost immediately was... It was on a, just an air-cooled tower. And it just felt like it was putting out way too much heat, so I immediately went and got liquid cooling for it. There are, okay. I thought there must be by now. So we go right here. That's where we made our wrong turn. Okay. Yeah, I think in the future, I think everything is going to be liquid cooled. They're just putting so much power into CPUs now. I don't think there's any way that... I mean, you can get those air cooling towers that are as big as a rugby ball, but that's not feasible unless you have one of those maxi cases. I think for most people, it's not just the efficiency of liquid, it's the size. They're fairly compact. Air cooled towers are so big. All right, we'll fuel up here. You know who makes it? Okay, I know Dell bought Alienware, but there hasn't been a big drop in quality from what I've read. They are, I mean, I guess they were mass produced before. I mean, Alienware wasn't hand building those, but they still had that sort of boutique reputation. And Dell is, you know, they crank them out by the hundreds of thousands per year. So I think that the assumption is, well, they're just going to crank them out now. But apparently the quality is still really good for Alienware. And I've been really pleased with the Omen systems that I've had. I will stick with HP until they disappoint me. Alright, so we need 2 consumables. XMG? Okay. We need 2 consumables. We did get topped off on health. And we have almost a full bag of gas, so we're good. And we'll pick up concrete blocks when we get to Pedro Bay. Now, what's the price like on that system? Is it priced similarly to a high-end tower, or is it that much more? Oh, right on. Yeah, I know people get down on big box brands, but what's the difference? You know, unless you're having a system hand built, they're all going to come from the same factories overseas. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I feel like the 2K is about the cutoff. I feel like 2K for a good citizen system, and then like 4K, 5K is professional, and then 10K is when you're just kind of showing off, you know, $10,000 and $20,000 gaming systems. I don't know that they really do anything that a $5,000 system can't do. All right, 128 gig of RAM. Yeah, because you need that. All right, so we're going down here. This is all open now. So we can go here, here, and we need to pick up here, right? Yeah, that's fair. So what is like construction accessories? It's beyond an electronics store. The things that they have are for it's almost like an engineer's toy store. And the systems you can build out of a place like Fry's are absolutely epic. And there's no special orders. You just go there and pick stuff off the shelf and drop it in a cart. So I don't know if there's an equivalent to that in the UK. I'm sure there is, but I'm sort of on the fence between buying a roller and building my own. I like the specificity of building my own, but I like the warranty of buying one that's already done. Oh, right on. Alright, so they're based in the UK. Where, do you know where they ship from? Do they drop ship, or do they have warehouses in the UK? Can they overnight you stuff? Nice. I know when I was in the life, the thing about Fry's was if you had a problem, you could just hop in the car and go to Fry's. There's a Fry's in like every major city in California, and a lot of places there'll be two. I mean, LA is 50 miles across, so there's more than one there. But you never had to wait. You could just go get what you needed that afternoon. Custom PC parts. Nice. Did we make another wrong turn? What is happening today? We did. This is twice I've done this. All right. So we'll go here. And then here. Here and here. How many? What? Have we discovered this trailer yet? Oh, hey, look! It's the ramped gooseneck. All right, we don't even get 30 points for it. Need to kick this thing that way. And of course it doesn't want to bite on the snow. This is how it all went tits up yesterday. Oh, we're in a bit of a pickle right now. Let's see if we can get around this way. Oh, it's not just there. It's there. There are a lot of people that, as long as their computer can, I mean, email, Netflix, check your bank balance, as long as it's doing that, okay, they're fine. And they're curious what you would ever need more than that for. And when I was, I mean, I never really worked IT, but I was always just like the guy that knew how to fix computers. So people would say, hey, take a look at my computer. I need to replace it. It's very slow. And it's like, when was the last time you checked for malware? And they're like, man, I don't even go to the mall. I buy everything on Amazon. Ugh. So a lot of people, it's just foreign to them. It's like oil changes. You know, when was the last time you checked your oil? We gotta check that? Wait, what? I feel like there was no middle phase. Like, computers went from being kind of a geek toy. Yeah, something's wrong with my computer. Call Owen. Computers went from being like a geek toy to being something that everybody just has and doesn't even think about. But there was never a, I don't know. It's like smartphones. You know, smartphones were, for a while, it was a thing, man. If you had a smartphone, that was... Hang on. Let's get through here first. That was not a big deal, but it was almost unusual. And now everybody's got one. But computers, I feel like they didn't have that same phase. They just, it's like a microwave. They just became a thing. One day everybody had one. How do we gotta get out of here, bad. There we are. Maybe. Maybe. Nope. Now, let me ask you this. Both of you. After you do that for somebody, after you fix somebody's computer, after somebody says, oh, I'm going to have to replace this, it's all messed up, and you fix it in 10 minutes, and they say, wow, you must be some kind of a wizard, at that point, do they like give you $100, or do they just kind of shrug and move on, right? Like, wow, you're a wizard, and then nothing, no thanks. Never had a landline. Wow. Yeah, that's happened to me so many times. I'm in terrible trouble. I can't recover something that I worked on for hours. The file is lost, and I'm like, oh, here it is. It's in your autosave. Deedly deet, done. And they say, cool, thanks. That's it. Nothing. Thanks, man. You just saved my job. Nothing. All right. All right. Apparently, I'm not a genius because I don't work on retainer. Well, I do actually, just not for that stuff. It's so hard to charge people that you know. And what's the other thing? Oh, you get a lot of, oh, one more thing. Oh, one more thing. My phone keeps dropping off the network. Oh, one more thing. Oh, see? There you go. That's a good friend. That guy gets it. And we did, I don't know if you've come down this far yet, but where we had to like backtrack and drive around the map because the pipe was down over the road, one of the contracts removes that blocked pipe. And I think another contract may fix one on Mountain River. So we are sort of opening up these roads and moving through here a little quicker as we clear those. Except we're going to run out of fuel if we're not careful. Thankfully, I think we can finish this contract that we have and be done with this truck. If we have to, we can just leave it here and hop in something else. Yeah, not impressed with the Caterpillar like I was with the Paystar. If this is mid-game meta, I ain't impressed. And we are just burning fuel. Yep, going nowhere. All right. Fortunately, we do have a very long winch. Yeah, I think it might be time to sell this thing. And finally, today could be the day we bust out the big dairy Longhorn. I truly have not used that for a single job yet. I've used the old one, the little one, but not the new one. That big military vehicle. And I haven't used the ANK yet. Although we do have... I don't know that one. Oh, an Arctic. Oh, okay, cool. Right on. Yeah, that's... Any brand, that's like my favorite kind of setup for a truck. I will, Fleetworth, okay. On the... Oh, that's an interesting setup. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to have enough fuel to get back to this delivery and then no further. Because the only other fuel is down in sort of the far corner of the map, or at least the only fuel that I know of. There's one at the oil rig and there's one at the supply yard. And I don't think we can get to either. Let's just grab the rest of these. I'll take a look when we're next time we get in the garage. I'll take a look because I think I'm gonna sell this. I mean, I found it later in game. I figured it would be more powerful, better, whatever. It doesn't seem to be. But we did try this. We did try this crane on the Pacific. And that was a good rig, but it's really, really long. It's really hard to maneuver, even harder than this. So that's definitely a downside. There might be... There's a tiny little possibility there's a fuel trailer up here, but I don't think so. Oh, hey. Did I leave that there? I must have. Why would I do that? All right, we need, we have 2 consumables. So we need 2 concrete blocks. Done and done. All right. How do we get out of here? Not that way. Not that way. If we run out of fuel goofing around like this, oh dear. Huh. All right, on. So that's based on one of the in-game trucks, but somebody's modded it. So it looks like Mod.io is hooked up with the developers. Like when you use Mod.io, you do it through your in-game account. Am I seeing that right? Interesting. So is that, are they approved or can anybody put anything up there? Are they tested? Is it like the Giants Mod Hub or is it a free-for-all? All-wheel steering, very nice. It's like the Mod Hub, or it's a free-for-all? I'm really curious if we have enough fuel to make it back to this delivery. It's only right there, but I am concerned. Little boat, okay, fair enough. I mean, it's hard. It is, because I mean, one person's idea of a substandard mod is another person's great mod, and even the Mod Hub, Giants lets a lot of mods slip through that. Like, I think their policy, they said it just needs to not break the game, but it can be like a bad mod, bad textures, it can be inaccurate, it can be whatever. As long as it doesn't break the game or crash the game, they'll approve it. And if it's not stolen. But I don't even know how they enforce that, because there's so many models and textures and everything else floating around. How would they even check that or confirm it? Yeah, I saw that. I like that. That seems very simple and I don't know. The thing that I don't like about mods is if you download one and it's not your particular brand of vodka, you end up stuck with them too often. Like, if you don't go in and immediately take that mod out of your mod folder, right? If you're doing manual install, if you don't immediately take that mod out of your mod folder, it is as good as welded in there. It will never go away. It's like buying luggage. You're just going to have it for the rest of your life. And I do that too often. I'll download 6 mods for Farm Sim. I'll test them all out. 3 are good, 3 aren't good, but I always fail to go in and delete the 3 that aren't good. And when you have like 700 of them, even if it's just a couple days later, it's impossible to go in and find them. You try to sort by date. Yeah, I like the idea that you can unsub from a mod. I like that in the Steam Workshop for Truck Sim. What? It's not there. It's here. We're definitely going to run out of fuel now. This is going kind of like yesterday did. Now, I did get a mod manager app, and that really helped out. Because you can go through and visually see them. I mean, the first thing it does is it tells you what all the errors are. So if you just want to do a bulk delete of anything that throws an error, that's like the quickest first thing you can do, is just get rid of all the broken mods. Even if there's stuff that you like or use, if it's broken, if it's throwing errors or something, you can just get rid of it, right? And then you can like visually see the other mods and know like, oh yeah, I remember that one. That's the one with the whatever, you know, the bad texture or something. So no errors, but you just know it's a mod you want to get rid of because it doesn't work the way you want it to. You just get rid of it. Alright, I'm pretty sure we would have run out of fuel regardless, but we did run out of fuel. So we're going to need to rescue this thing, and I want to take a look and see if there's anything else we can bring to Pedro Bay. Oh, interesting. Ah. Alright. I've been to the website a couple times. I haven't looked through the game. There is a portal in the game, right? You can get into mod.io from inside the game. Did I see that right? We just want to go straight here. I'm going to pull, try to pull off to the side. Oh, okay. All right, well, still one click. All right, we're going to park this thing up. We're out of fuel. And we're going to go back to our garage. First thing I want to do is look at the Fleetworth closest garage to Pedro Bay. It's going to be Mountain River, and we'll have to get there through Northport. Okay. Ah. We're getting rid of that Caterpillar. I'm disappointed in that. All right. So the Fleetworth is the first one. Let's just look through all of them and see if we come across it. There's the Freightliner. Liking that truck. The Fleet Star. And then everything else is locked. Not available in the USA. Explore the world. Yep. Okay. Do we have a we have an Onk, do we not? No, we sold it because we didn't like it. So if we go back here, if we go to global map, is there anything else needed in Pedro Bay? Not categorized? Yeah, that's not cool. That's Northport. White Valley. Now we're going through Mountain River. Can anything go to Mountain River? This is going, but we can't do that till we do floating drill. Floating drill. Oil rig semi-trailer. This is in Northport. So if we go Northport and we accept this one, this is that great big trailer. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. So we are going to take our try to pick a truck. We can take this beast. Let's do it. And it's at high saddle, did it not? Saddle high. Everything else is good. That's maxed out. Can't be raised. All good there. Yep, let's do it. Okay. Here we go. And we need to go down here. So go right here and all the way around. Sounds like a scout vehicle, if I had to guess. Oof. We just did 50% damage from scraping a guardrail. Huh. All right. The KTM, Adam? Nice. I'll do that. I've been putting it off, but I need to do that. Get some mods going. Now, last time we came through here, this was a bit of a handful, as I recall. And we went, where'd we go? KTM Adam, okay. We went to the left and stayed by the trees. Let's see how we do through here. Well, I mean, not great so far, and we're not even towing anything. There's a great big fuel tank on this thing, but we are really using a ton of fuel, and we're not even there yet. This does concern me. This thing was doing really, really well in Alaska. Well, I guess we're still in Alaska. In where were we that this treated us right? White Valley. You know what somebody needs to make? They need to make an actual struggle bus. They need to make a bus mod with no grip, that's easily damaged and tips over. We'll have an official in-game struggle bus. So once we do, this is floating drill. Once we get this opened up, then we will have a job that we can take to Mountain River. And so we won't be just deadheading through Mountain River on the way to rescue the caterpillar. We can we can do another job on the way. I have significant concerns about moving this trailer. I don't know what it weighs. I know it's really, really big, but I'm concerned about getting it through here. Alright, now on the way in, I'm going to drive down. We're not going through the detour. We're going to go straight. I mean, the detour is there for a reason. I'm confused about how we would make the turns coming out the end. Yeah, it's going to be a bad night, I suspect. You know, there's nothing back there. On the detour, there's nothing over there. But this side hill right here is... I just don't think it's possible with that little bump of rock. So we have to go through the detour. But then how do we make the turns? I suppose we'll find out momentarily. I mean, we've got... we've got enough, I guess, and we're close to the garage if we need to bring the Pacific down to rescue. Alright, so far we've learned that this dairy longhorn, of the two, this one seems to be very fragile, but it does have an absolutely gargantuan fuel tank. Alright. And there's a service trailer down here. Ah, is there? No, it's just a trailer. And there's no fuel down here either. However, let me see something. So that's a service area that we just drove through. It won't let us do anything because we can't pick up cargo with this truck the way it's configured. But if I grab this thing, right? If I hook up to this trailer that can take cargo and we pull back in there, is it going to give me full repair? Let's find out. It is not. All right. That was worth a try. All right, so we'll drop this as if it was hot. And let's see what kind of oh god. Let's see what kind of a mess we can make with this thing. Still doing good on fuel. All right. We've got... We just have the tires. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I suspect they are. But I see conspiracies everywhere. This first part has been really, really easy and good. No complaints so far. Let's get slowed down here. And we are right down the highway from the garage. So if we do need to bring the Pacific down for fuel and repair, that's not a big deal. You know, I don't think this is bigger than the, what is it? The, you know, the big trailer you pick up in Michigan? This doesn't look significantly bigger than that. I think it's a bit of a surprise the first time you see it parked down there. It does look really, really big, but it's not, you know, it's not unmanageable, at least not so far. I mean, I can see naming your truck, but naming your trailer, that's next level. And yeah, we'll take the detour. I have to think it's here for a reason. I mean, no, it's not as tall. It might be a little bit longer. Hard to say. I suspect we're going to be dragging it through here. Yep. Okay. Yeah, how was it? Okay, we've got to make a right back onto the main, I don't know, track, trail, road, whatever. We've got to make a right turn here that I think is going to be really, really tricky. And I don't know if there will be anything on the, so it will be our left, like the ocean side, the cliff side. I don't know if there's going to be anything there to get a line on and try to yank this thing sideways to clear it. And fuel. All right, a couple of convenient rocks. I'm also wondering if at any point you're meant to sort of take this as far as you can, and then whether you're single player or multiplayer, you have to go get another truck and sort of move it forward. Right? That there are jobs you just can't do with a single truck, even if you're single player. Perhaps this one. Also, wouldn't mind seeing some numbers on trees, devs. Give me some information to work with. Yeah, you know, I appreciate that, and I also hate it. There we go. Nice big tree. All right. I want this one. Yeah, that's the one I want. Over there. It's been hiding from me. Now I got it. Man, it's got to be when you go to your investors and say, you know, we need $20 million to develop a video game. And the investors, who may or may not be gamers, say, oh yeah? Tell me about it. What do you do? Well, you drive a truck. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, you drive very slowly through mud and snow. And you got your investors looking at you like, and people are going to pay to do this? People are going to pay to torture themselves. Yeah, that's right. So this is our turn here. I think he said confidently, I think we can get up here and to the left a little bit. And then at the very last minute, go kind of radically right. Unless I snag on that rock. Sir. The nice thing is, if you rip out enough trees, pretty soon the only one left is big. Not that one. There you go. Now, if I can get this one right here. Oh, too far away. Yeah, same. Can't quite get that one yet. But this one fella right here says no. I need a big tree. A big tree. How about this one? carefully. Carefully, I say. So then we go here. Can we get that one on there? Not yet. Okay, so we go there. They really don't. Oh, that wasn't even the turn. Oh, game. Oh, game. I love you. It's a nice big tree right there. Yep, I thought that was the turn out onto the road. Alright, but we are once again moving. I hear you. I'm concerned that I'm not on the right. Oh, I have to be. There are no other roads back here. There's the main track and the detour. There's no other road, so we couldn't have taken a wrong turn. All right. Yeah, same. I kind of like to, the more mundane, get 2 of these, take them here, get 4 of those, take them there. I'd like to get those out of the way first because they are a bit generic, and then do these more unique jobs at the end. Boss monster fight. Well, we are very close to the road, so if we do have to bring the Pacific down, we're right next to... Yeah. I can't see us getting through here without a little assistance. Yeah, you do. Trying to keep this thing not in the trees. You're close to the trees without being in them. Keep your distance. Just don't look like you're keeping your distance. Can't quite get that one. How about this one? No, that one's gonna rip right out. I know my devs. How about this one right here? How about this one right here? Today I am a tree hugger. But not that tree. How about your friend? How's he feeling? Firm is how he's feeling. Beautiful. You know, I tried low all the way up here. I feel like automatic works a little better in this truck. Yeah, low is not so effective. I don't know. This truck is not, it's not what I thought it would be. As big as it is and as expensive as it is, I thought it would be treating us a little better. It treated us all right in White Valley. Could just be this trailer. Yeah. Yep. So we will we'll get up and around here. Maybe. 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 There we go. And we still got kind of a ways to go down the highway here. So we may need to bring the Pacific down with some fuel. Yeah, there are a lot of trucks that I have to say, unless they're built for a specific job, or maybe that's exactly your driving style, there are a lot of trucks that have been kind of disappointing. That ANK was a disappointment. The Royale I was a little disappointed with. The Caterpillar, not so great. And I think because we're not going to use this again, I think we can go ahead. Yeah. Yep. I think this is, with the developers being Russian, I think there's always going to be, you're always going to find that favoritism. And I'm perfectly okay with that. You know, they made a great game. If they want to fly their own flag, more power to them. Alright, so we'll park this up here. Our only other option, I don't think we have enough fuel to get back to the garage, so our only other option would be to drive it halfway, then hop in the Pacific, bring the Pacific down, drive the Pacific back, drive this thing back and park it up in the garage and hop in the other Longhorn. I say we just park it here, hop in the other Longhorn, and be about our business. All right, not too bad. Once we got sorted out, not too bad. All right. So that opens up, we'll park this, and we're gonna go back to the garage. We're gonna go here, and well, we don't need the dairy now. We can take the Freightliner. We know that works. What is it that we're taking to... What is it that we're taking to... what was it? Mountain River. What is it that we're taking to Mountain River? Not that one. That one's locked. Polar base. Can we get bricks here? We get bricks at the warehouse. Can we get metal beams here? We can. Can we get fuel here? You want to just do this one now? Yeah, we can just knock this one out now. We'll use the Freightliner. Okay, so we'll use the Freightliner with a 4-slot. Freightliner is right there. Just confirm that this is maxed out. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. We want high or low? We want low, don't we? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. That's a 5-slot. You want to just go with this one? 5-slot. There we go. What is closest to us to pick up? We could go get 4 bricks first. Four bricks. Where are those? Furthest corner of the map, naturally. So we'll go just straight across the top. We'll go here. Here, we pass fuel to here. Okay. Lights is off. There we go. Is there a side bed 5-slot? Moment. So we'll sell this. Right, and we want... There we go. Beautiful. All right. So this thing doesn't have much of a fuel tank, but we'll be going back and forth past fuel multiple times. So I think we'll be okay. I feel like these contracts in Alaska are taking a lot longer to get through end to end than the contracts in Michigan did. I don't know if they're more complicated or... I don't know what that means. I don't know if these jobs are more complicated or if they're just further apart. Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. The way these trucks are balanced, further apart. Yeah, I think that could be it. The way these trucks are balanced by the developers, I like it. I do. That the Scout vehicles are more durable, but they have smaller fuel tanks, and you can do less with them. and etc. It's like the more powerful a truck is, you gotta balance it in some way. But sometimes they seem a little too fragile. Yeah. Yeah, it's I feel like they want you to do some route finding and some logistics rather than just saying, like, do these jobs first and that will open up all the roads, then do these jobs to open up the facilities, and then you can use the facilities to get the materials you need, right? They make you figure it out yourself. I was trying to do that yesterday a little bit better, and it wasn't really... I was turning. It wasn't working out the way I wanted it to, and that makes me think that it really is. The game is balanced. It really is tricky and difficult to try to do everything like in one trip or one pass without backtracking or deadheading. Good on the devs, man. Good on them for taking the time to set it up that way. I'm also, I mean, look at the damage we took to our suspension. I feel like this hotfix may have been, they may have softened up the trucks a little bit, because they feel really fragile compared to yesterday. Which is fine. You know, they are continuing to balance the game. And I haven't killed a truck yet. I haven't damaged a truck badly enough that it would not operate, and I had to go get a repair truck and fix it before I could continue on. So maybe the trucks do need to be a little bit more fragile. That's fair. Oh, they did make the trucks more fragile? Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. You know, I trust these devs. I feel like this game from the time that I first fired it up, it just worked. It worked in the literal sense, like it didn't have crashes and a bunch of nonsense to deal with. But it's the game just works as a game. Everybody that I know that's playing it can't stop playing it, and that tells me that it's a success, like not just technically but as an entertainment product. So I trust these devs. If they want to balance some things or adjust some things, I'm all for it. Yeah, definitely. You know, the broad adjustments, like the first adjustments that you do for anything, those are always not easy, but you're making you're taking bigger swings. It's the final part at the end when you really try to dial it in, right, and get very finite, tiny little details. That's the tricky part. It's got to be satisfying to a developer to get that kind of feedback and hear people all over the world talking about how good your game is and buying it too. I haven't seen sales stats on this yet, but it's got to be making a lot of money for Saber. They're a fairly small studio too. Why do I remember seeing a fuel trailer around here somewhere? That feels reasonable, does it not? I think there's a fuel trailer here somewhere. This is where we found the ANK, the incredibly disappointing ANK. All right. So we're gonna go up here. So take a right. Got it. That's a contest there. We don't want that. Did you get the locking differential and the raised suspension for the Hummer yet? You found both of those? Yeah, and you know, right now I think the game has a lot of replay, but I don't know how I'm gonna feel 100 hours from now, right? Like, and as difficult as I expect the game to get for endgame, the final boss monster, it's possible that by the time you get done with it, you just throw down the controller and uninstall. Like, I beat you, it was a blast, I really had a great weekend, but I never want to see you again. Trying to think of other games like that that I've played. I'd say Division 2 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint. When I beat the raid on those, it was just obviously over. Whether there's more raid content released later, doesn't matter. I'm just done with you. Hey, fuel trailer. Beautiful. And as far as sim games, we want... What are we supposed to pick up out here? Bricks? I hope we don't need this for anything. I don't think we do. All right. This is progress. So from here, we're going now to the polar base, which is not far at all. We're going right here. And then right here. Beautiful. Man, I'm on the struggle bus with farming a little bit right now, too. I like that. The Valley of the Old Farm map, but I feel like the developers, man, I'm no fan of cute. I don't like cute. not in my sim gaming. I take it too seriously, and I feel like they did some cute things with the grip out in the forestry area. See, we'll see if I'm right. Owen seemed to be having some problems with it too, so it could be that that is something that the map makers included. I mean, I can see where they're going, and the Valley of the Old Farm, that was done before SnowRunner was released, I think. But it's if I didn't know that map came out before this game was released, I would say the map makers were trying to give the forestry area on that map the same feeling as SnowRunner. But I just don't think that's possible with farm sim physics. This feels like an extension of ETS to me. It does. I've never driven third person in ETS, and I've never driven first person in SnowRunner or MudRunner or Spin Tires. But for some reason, this feels a lot like ETS to me. I mean, explain this right. It's not that the gameplay or anything is similar. It just has the same feeling. Like, I just feel like I'm driving a truck delivering cargo. It doesn't feel like a game. It feels more like a sim. But not ATS. Only ETS. I don't understand why. It's one of those mysteries. Yeah, it feels like I got to the quarry in ETS, and I'm now going to spend 90 minutes going the last few hundred yards. When I started these contracts yesterday, I figured we'd knock them out in one evening. And I think it's going to be more like, well, hopefully by tomorrow. I don't want to do any off camera. Hopefully we can be in Russia by Friday night. The Friday night stream. Where's my gin and tonic? Yeah, I mean, I have to say I prefer ETS. I think it's an older, slightly older and more developed game. There's more DLC for it, and I feel like there's more variety in the base game trucks. I want to like ATS more for the same reason, but I do prefer ETS. I feel like they need to double up on content for ATS until the games were exactly parallel. I don't know if they would do that. And I also don't know what they have planned next. Whether they're going to try to keep the franchise going or whether they have a reboot in mind. I think there are advantages to both. It doesn't feel as accurate. Yeah, agreed. It feels like an American map in Farm Sim. It's a European's idea of what an American farm would look like, and ATS has kind of the same feel. It's good. It just doesn't quite nail it. Whereas the ETS play areas, they feel like Europe. They really feel like Europe. Like in the Alps, the islands, the Mediterranean islands, they just feel correct. So my thought on the franchise is that they will, when they reboot, that it will be International Truck Simulator, and it will include American base maps, European base maps, but that they will also expand it out and have India, Brazil, Japan, right? It'd be a monumental undertaking. That's a $30 million game. But I really feel like that would be the direction to take it in. I just don't know if they can. Now, when Pavel transitioned from ETS 1, which used to be Scania Truck Simulator, was it not? When they went from ETS 1 to ETS 2 and first released ETS 2, there were 8 people on staff, and now they're up to 100. So Pavel has really grown SCS, but I don't know if a 100-person studio could take on a task as big as my theoretical idea of International Truck Simulator. Yeah, I think so. I think that would help. The only problem is they're in the Czech Republic, so they would be paying Czech Republic wages. It's the same reason that Escape from Tarkov is struggling to get good talent in. It's a different economy trying to draw from. It's one economy trying to draw from another economy. And they don't always trade straight across. Okay, now we need, go back here. We need, open, I said. We need metal beams. Those are right there. And fuel is, no, I'm not going down there. Fuel is right here. So if we get the metal beams here, so we'll go out. Let's do it this way. Let's go out here. Let's get the fuel first, and we can top off while we're there. And then we'll come back and get the metal beams. And then back here. That is my plan. That is my plan. All right, here we go. I mean, we got half a tank. I think we got enough fuel to make it back to the fuel stop, but not much more. I think we're going to be on about 30 liters when we get there, so this is probably the smart play to get this knocked out first. So I've been into Automobilista 2, which is, it's different. It really is. I'm trying to make a video of it, and I don't know how to because it's that different. But apparently, they licensed the Madness engine from Slightly Mad. I didn't know Slightly Mad got acquired by Codemasters. Right, so that's a bit of a shock. And then I was looking in, because I do this, I was looking in the base code for Automobilista 2. It's tricky to say it fast. I was looking in the base code for Automobilista 2, and it's basically like the entire Project Cars 2 game under there. Like there are cars and tracks in Automobilista 2 that are not available in the UI, but they've got textures from tracks that are in Project Cars. So they said they licensed the Madness engine to Risa, right, to do Automobilista 2. But as I'm looking under the hood, it seems more like they just gave them Project Cars 2 to build the new game on. So I'm really curious how that's all going to come together, and whether Codemasters would ever give any other developer access to their Formula One license or content, because there's a lot of vintage Formula One in Automobilista 2 that I really, really like. One of my frustrations with the Formula One franchise, the F1 franchise by Codemasters, is they have vintage cars, but only one, right? So there'll be 1995 car, and you can hot lap it, but if you want to race, you're racing against identical cars, and it's kind of a buzzkill. Oh no. yeah, I feel that. That is yeah. The road not taking can be a little bit rough, and what I tell myself to be able to sleep at night, what I tell myself is, had I taken this job or that opportunity, had I moved toward that opportunity, I could just as easily have been hit by a bus the day after and not had all the years that I've had since. You know, butterfly wings, you never know. Could have been the best thing that ever happened to you, could have been the worst. So smart person told me, be in this moment. If you're looking backwards, you're either looking back with nostalgia or regret, and if you're looking forward, it's either with anxiety or unrealistic optimism. Just be where you are and make the most of it. It's the only thing you really got. Yeah, exactly. And things are really, really good for me right now. So I do, I got some regrets, but I don't mind where I am right now enough that I can look at those regrets and things that worked out the way they did and say I was just paying the freight to get to where I am now. You know, the bad times are how you pay for the good times. No regrets. All right, we need 2 fuel and 1 metal beams. The metal beams are a 2 slot, but we've got a 5 slot. So I ain't scared. Let's get this first. Two fuel. Top off. Get flipped around here. Flipped around, not flipped over. We need, what's the last thing? Metal beams, and those are right there. And we can't forget our guy in Pedro Bay. Oh, that's right. We had to do the drill rig to unlock the job in Mountain River. We'll haul something to Mountain River and then haul something further on to Pedro Bay so we're not deadheading. I knew I had a plan. Alright. So we go around here. Split it into 2 trucks. What do you mean? Like do it with a 2 slot? Oof, there goes our frame rate. Man, I wish I knew what causes that. I don't know, like you said, if it's a shader cache that's loading up, or if there's a memory leak somewhere, or if it's heat. I don't know, but it is bizarre to be at 100 plus FPS for who knows how long, and then just have it crater into the 40s. Alright, so we're coming over here, we're getting metal beams. Metal beams, done. Let's get this thing backed up. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get conflicted because I've got in ATS I've got a ton of trucks, and then in ETS I just have one. And I get conflicted like when I look at my virtual trucking company. The OTC. The OTC? Oh, right. I never know if it makes more sense to... Did I just miss my turn again? Nope. I never know if it makes more sense to have one truck, right? And play realistically, because in real life you would try to have as few different brands and models as possible to make it more efficient, more cost effective for your service department. Or if you would just buy whatever you could get at auction, not spend a lot of money on it. I don't know. But in ATS I have a ton of trucks. In ETS I only have one, and I never know if I want to switch up or not. When I do, I feel guilty. When I don't, I feel like I'm not getting the most out of my fleet. Yeah, exactly. And in that way I feel like I have way too many trucks. Because we're not using, yeah, maybe we should sell some trucks. We'll sell that Caterpillar, definitely, as soon as we're done. That is not my favorite. We've got 2 scouts, we don't need both. I think we might have 3 scouts. Yeah, we've got the Scout 800, and the Con, and the Hummer. Yeah, alright, let's go clean the fleet out. I think I'm going to sell this thing. No, not this one. We're going to sell the old Dairy Longhorn that's down at the port. We'll get rid of that. Not happy with that truck. Yeah. It's tough to sell those because they're so much fun and they're also different. And I'm sort of over the Con, but I feel like I have to keep it because it's DLC. Yeah, exactly. I think the Hummer, well, we'll see what we get for scout vehicles in Russia, but I feel like the Hummer with a fuel tank on it, you can do an entire map. Easily. With 900 liters of spare fuel. Right, delivered to the service hub in Pedro Bay. Hang on now. What is this one? We have to open up drilling equipment. Where is that? Drilling equipment. We have to open up mountain pipeline building. Oh, wait, what? Mountain delivery. What's this one? 4 oil barrels to Mountain River. That's perfect. We need to go to Mountain River. That's perfect. So we'll go here. We'll pick these up. Go to Mountain River. Okay. I haven't seen it yet. If I did replay this game, I think I would do just the opposite of what I've done. I think I would discover every vehicle and upgrade, and then use, right, prowling around Michigan and Russian trucks. Just discover everything I can, and then start on the tasks. Now, I know some areas you can't get to until you do the tasks, like opening bridges, but just focus more on the fleet than on tasks and contracts, if I replay it. I don't know. And you know, the other thing is, play it, right? We'll beat the game, which may or may not be possible, depending on how much DLC they drop and when. Yeah, see? I'm guessing that's how Russians did it. I can't imagine a Russian, and I say this with love, I can't imagine a Russian firing up this game for the first time and saying, oh yeah, I want to be in Michigan. Sounds like fun. All right, we need this. There we go. Oh yeah, feeling the flow. I don't know if I can beat this game, depending on how much DLC they release and when. I don't know if I can. I mean, some games clearly have an end game, but if they continue to release DLC and areas to explore, it's like you'll be chasing the dragon, son. You'll never get in front of it. You'll never finish the game. I'm okay with that. I think at some point, with all the other titles that are available, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to get done with Russia before the first DLC drops, and I don't know if I can. I mean, if it's in 2 weeks, it'll be the rest of this week just to get Alaska done. Maybe? Hopefully? So we'll see. But I imagine that my play time will slow down at some point. And I might step away from the game for a week or two at a time, which will be nice. I mean, because if you step away for a week or two and you're not really following the news, the next time you fire it up, it's like, oh, hey, buddy, right? It's like your wife walks in with fake boobs. Whoa, where'd those come from? So it will be nice to step away from the game. I'm looking forward to, you know, at some point you binge, and then at some point it's like, yeah, I just need to take a break. All right. Four oil barrels. And I mean, at the very least, we won't be deadheading to Mountain River, but I don't know if there's anything we can pick up there. I think I saw one more job in Pedro Bay. So if we could load up the trailer, take something to Pedro Bay, and then when we get there, throw a little fuel in the Caterpillar and get it the rest of the way to its delivery. And at its delivery point, there is fuel down there. So if we have to trade a little bit of fuel out of this truck just to get the Caterpillar rolling, we can refill both of them when we get to the drop-off. Man, I love this Freightliner, but it has the weirdest bite. Like, the front end will just snowplow. Absolutely no response. And then it goes all at once. Alright, so we'll top off here. I was really surprised how easy it was to get to Pedro Bay. When I saw the little lock on the map, I thought I had to, like, break into the Vatican and steal the Pope's little pointy hat or something. I thought it was really tricky to get there. And it's like, no, man, you just drive up this road. What's wrong with you? So, now I know. We're going right here. Delivered to the service hub. Okay, heavier on the front end. I'll take it. I like this truck, but it does not, yeah, like, it's just got crazy understeer. I've heard things. I've heard things. I don't want to start any rumors. I'm just saying. I've heard things. And where we're delivered to the service hub, I'm pretty sure when we pull into the service hub, we will be taken back to 100% health. I think I've seen that. Yeah, I saw that today on one of the areas we pulled into, so it's nothing that they nerfed in the patch. All right, here we go. Mountain River. Service hub. Beautiful. The Taiga. I don't know that truck. Oh, icy roads. I'm not familiar with that truck yet. I need to, I think I need to go into the garage and buy a truck, right? Drive it, test it, sell it, buy the next one, and just work my way through everything that I can drive and sort of get a baseline, right? Like build a scatter chart for quality of trucks. All right. Truck is fully repaired. Beautiful. Is this not where we're supposed to take this? What? Delivered to the service hub. This is the service hub. I'm confused. It says mountain delivery. Delivered to the service hub. We're at the service hub. 4 oil barrels. Did we get the wrong stuff? We can't get them here. Hang on now. So there's... It says we can get them there, and there's another one right here. Yeah, there's one very close by. Yeah, I think we got... Something's wrong. I think we got fuel instead of oil. I think, because that is the service hub. Okay. Let's get her backed up and figure this out. I understand why they don't make you pay for your cargo, because as a trucker you would not pay for your cargo. I think a nice nerf they could apply would be when you remove cargo, that you pay for. I think that's like a logical fix for it, because it's too easy. Like right now, you know, I made a mistake, so we'll just there we go. We'll do that, and no penalty. I think if it dinged us, you know, like 10,000 per pallet that we destroyed, it would tend to make me maybe pay attention a little bit more when I'm picking up. But in fairness, the fuel and oil pickup delivery is not the most clearly. Yeah, see, this happened before. It says fuel, and we need oil. But when I go here, when I go to Mountain Delivery and say oil barrels, it wants me to go back to White Valley? Because all these icons... Yeah, exactly. All these icons look the same. So when we go to global map, White Valley has the little barrel. Mountain River has the little barrel too. So does Northport. So do we have to go to White Valley? Or did we try to deliver these to the wrong place? That is the service hub. I mean, we can load up right now. Drilling station. Okay. Okay. So then we do have to go to White Valley. So we do that here. So we'll come down here. At least Northport, not Northport. At least Mountain River is a fairly small map. So we'll be able to get there quickly enough. Okay. That is a confusing icon. I'd like to see them fix that. This has happened at least 2 or 3 times to me now. But you know what? I just thought of something. We're right here. Hang on. Let's go to Pedro Bay while we're here and get the Caterpillar sorted out. So we'll either... Yeah, we'll just throw a little fuel in it. And then we'll tow it, because it's just right down the road, and it was struggling in that mud. We were planning on leaving it at the depot down the road anyway. So we'll take it down there, we'll refuel both of them from the tanker down there, and then I'll drive this back, pick up that trailer, and we will continue on. Right, because we're all the way here at the tunnel. And that was the whole point of coming to Mountain River, was so we didn't have to deadhead to Pedro Bay. Right, so here. And then where's our guy? Right there. So there. 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 And then we're going to tow him right down the road. Done. Here we go. Right, because there are several boxes that, I mean, some have a little pip on them, some don't. But other than that, the icon is the same. But there is a distinguishing mark on it somewhere to let you know this is this and this is that. I think they could do the same thing for those barrels, because there's really no way to tell when you look at the map. All right. Yeah, that would help too. I'm curious if mods are always going to be trucks and then at some point maps, or if you could mod things like the color of the icons. Yeah. I don't know what the devs are like in terms of AMAs and interacting with the forums and that sort of thing. I don't know how available and open they are. That's true. Oh, that's cool. I know. I know different developers. Every developer has their own style, and some of them really. There's plenty of room for improvement. Hey, I'll take it. You know, as long as they're listening. And it's, I mean, I know it's tricky for devs because they've got their own artistic vision as well. They've got a creative vision that they've put a lot of time and effort into. And you got a bunch of jamokes that I think because they dropped $30 that they're now co-collaborators on the game. So it's got to be frustrating for a developer to get all those ideas. But at the same time, your player base knows your game as well as you do. And sometimes their advice is really spot on. You know, so just find that balance where you stay true to your vision without, I don't know, without compromising the game, but without ignoring your audience. Yeah, language barrier, no doubt. All right. I think this will be quicker. Now, the funny thing will be if, because both these trucks are going so slow, that we manage to run both of them out of fuel before we get down there. Oh, that would be just fantastic. Man, I've been traveling all over the world since I was about 14. Back and forth to see my dad. I lived with him in the UK, and then as soon as I had my driver's license and a passport, it was like I was gone, man. I just wanted to see as much of the world as possible. And it really does make you kind of spoiled, because it's like everywhere you go in the world, most people speak enough English that you can have a conversation with them, a basic conversation, without knowing really any of their language. And I always did my best to like be respectful and try to learn as much language as I could, and have my little phrase book or have an app on my smartphone or whatever. But in the back of your mind, it's like, you know, it's going to be okay, right? There's been enough American TV making its way to them since they were a kid that it's going to be okay. He was born in the U.S. He moved to the UK. He moved to London after my parents split up, and just stayed. I mean, I think it was what are we caught on? We're caught on something, but you know what? That truck it's got fuel in it now. So I think we'll be okay. We can come up here and then hop back in that one and get it pulled up a little bit. We want to go here and then here. What are we caught on? Man, these trees amaze me. These little trees that you get snagged on. That just... how is it possible? There we go. How's this thing? Oh, it's low. It's not out. Okay. Thought it was out of fuel again. All right. I do hope we make it. It's not far from here at all, but we really don't have a lot of fuel in either one of these trucks. Alright. I think that was the last obstacle we've got. We need to go over this little frozen pond down here. But I think we are just about there. I know, at least 2, probably more like 3 or 4 people that at some point, either during or just after hurricane season, just after a bad hurricane, they went ahead and took out a loan for like $75,000 and got a big Ford pickup and a trailer and a stump grinder. And then you just drive around. After a hurricane has come through, you just drive around. And all day, every day, you can grind stumps for $300 or $400 a piece and make, like, seriously, tens of thousands of dollars in a couple of months. And it's, I mean, it's honest work. And you're really helping people out. Because when all those trees come down, sometimes the power company will get rid of the tree itself. Sometimes the homeowner has to do it. But it's like that's the first part you do. And then you go back to worrying about your house, but in the meantime, there's still a stump in your yard. Yeah, exactly. And it's easier than roofing. Anytime hurricanes come ashore, everybody needs roofs, right? But that's like a big kind of complicated task. You need a crew, you need this, you need that. Stump grinding is just you and your stump grinder. I know several people that have done that. It's like the coffee cart. Buy yourself a coffee cart. Alright, so we need to release this. Get this guy out of the way. Oh yeah? That's rough work, man. It's one of the most dangerous jobs. I know in the US, probably all over the world. Refuel that. We made it. So we go here. And then we go, can we... Done. No. This one. I'm still trying to zoom out. Oh. What'd you land on? Done. Let's refuel this and we'll just leave it here. Alright. I can't refuel from the... can't refuel from the drill. Yeah. Hey, you know what they say? It's not the model year, it's the mileage. Hang on, is this a trailer store? Why is that lighting up like that? Where are we? What is that trigger that we're in? Why am I seeing that? Hang on, let's back up out of here. Interesting. Okay. So you just go in there and get repaired. Okay. Alright. Refuel. Right. I feel like I'm a little rough on my dolly trailers, but in fairness, I don't feel like they respond the way trailers do in real life. Oh yeah, blowing things up is good fun. If you can do it legally, even better. Alright, so lights off, engine off. Hop in this truck. We'll be on our way. So we're gonna go, we can just go up this way now because the road's open. So we'll go here, here, and here. And the next job they have us for is the delivery job that we were on anyway. Sir, I'll need you to turn now, sir. What is going on? There we go. But we did, as we pulled through there. Yeah, exactly. As we did pull through there, we got repaired. So we're at 100%. And we got a full bag of gas. So we're good to go. Okay. We'll drive back across the map. Grab the 5-slot dolly. Yeah, this is the one that was closed for the longest time. I was driving around it. Huge pain in the ass. Got this one open. No, it's not right. All right. Progress? Yes? Yeah. So we've got one more big drill to deliver. That one that was at the area that we were just at. Is that the one that goes to the airport? Or no, that was the rolled pipe drill where we just were. That was a different machine. So one will go to the airport in White Valley. The one that we just saw, I don't know where that one goes. But I think there's only 2 big trailers left on all the Alaska maps. Other than that, it's just small deliveries. Smaller. Relatively smaller. No, I didn't notice that. So I think, we have to go to the oil rig. We could have gone to the oil rig here in Pedro Bay and picked up oil. Or, maybe not though, because that was the one where there was one pallet of oil spawned on the ground, but there was no place to pick up oil. There was no place to auto-load the trailer with oil barrels. So maybe we do have to go to White Valley. But while we're in White Valley, we'll do the same thing we've done elsewhere and see if there's anything we can pick up there, take back somewhere else and save a trip, rather than just delivering and then deadheading back. Try to be efficient. Try to. No guarantees. All right. Oh, she wanders. The steering. It is a little bit vague. I feel like I'm turning a oil tanker. Sending commands down to the engine room. I like that. I like that. But the cynic in me is like, man, everybody's just streaming. Doesn't matter what country you're in. You're hearing music from your country. It is a nice touch, though, and I think it adds a lot of realism. You know, in the same way that every part of the map looks different. I think it's cool that you get that local flavor on the radio. My very good friend is a truck driver, and he keeps a tablet on his dashboard and watches movies while he drives. And I'm like, man, is that legal? And he's like, what, like 100% legal? Nothing's 100% legal. Close enough. They can't see up in here. I don't know, man. I don't know if you're supposed to be watching movies while you drive 80,000 pounds. That sounds suspect at best. All right. So we're going to get our 5 slot. We're going to top off. We're going to get our 5 slot. We're going to White Valley. Yeah. Is that legal? I mean, what is the law anyway? All right, so we'll get flipped around here. This is, I mean, it's not how I thought we would be doing this, but I do have an inkling of efficiency. I do have a sense of efficiency, if only just a sense. Oof, got all of that one. All right, here we go. Yeah, it always does. All right, once again, filling up. This is a very thirsty truck. You know, it's not really thirsty, it just has a tiny, tiny tank on it. I feel like this is what we were doing when that other trailer became possessed of a demon and began to shimmy shake. Nope. Yeah. Enthusiastically. Here we go. And White Valley, White Valley. Let me try to visualize. Yeah, I know White Valley. What end do we come in on? We come in on the wrong end. Yeah, we come in on the... maybe. I'm trying to think how far we'll spawn in on White Valley from the oil rig. Close enough. It's not that far, I want to say. It's like halfway. Right, so we will, we'll get that picked up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why is it sending us to Northport? Moment. No, man. We want to go to, yeah, we don't want to go there. We want to go there. Trickery. All right. I thought we got there a little sooner than I expected to. Turns out, whoa, sir, sir. Easy now. Yeah, I imagine so. I mean, that's how I ended up with the handle. It was just traveled for so long that at a certain point it was like almost difficult to stop, but kind of settled down for the past couple of years. But I would love to. There are a lot of places I want to get back to, and a lot of places I'd like to get to that I haven't been to at all yet. This is a fuel stop, but I think we're okay. I think we need fuel. Wait a minute. There's the problem. It was rotated. How'd that get turned around? Yeah, you got it. I'll buy you a beer. All right. No, no, no. Not into the guardrail. White Valley. It feels like sometimes it does, but then other times it doesn't. And if I forget to rotate it back manually, I will end up, yeah, very confused. All right, we're taking oil barrels. Is it mountain delivery? We're taking oil barrels. That's not bad. I think if we stay on pavement, we'll get pretty good mileage and hopefully do okay on fuel. Now, crossing through Mountain River on the way back to... Are we taking this to Northport? Pedro Bay. Can't remember. Oh, we're taking it to Mountain River. Never mind. For some reason, I was thinking we were taking it through there. Whoa. My eyes. So we'll have, yeah, we're just going down here. We'll pick up and then right back up the hill. So we should be okay to get back to the service hub, which is right next to fuel. Interesting. So there's a maximum number of mods you can run or a maximum number of trucks. How's that work? This truck just does not want to bite on the front end, and I keep, like, I'm just heading straight for a guardrail or straight toward a telephone pole, and then at the very last second it rotates around. It's nerve-wracking. Oh, okay. I mean, how many of those you think are ever going to be full? You think anybody could run 100 mods? I can't imagine there ever being 100 good truck mods. Seeing as most of what I've come across so far is obviously just based on an in-game truck that somebody pulled out and made some changes to. But as far as building their own trucks in Blender, I haven't seen anybody put anything up yet. Yeah, that's always the trick is it a PC game ported to console or a console game ported to PC? Because not many developers are able to have independent teams building the game for what it's going to be played on. We are going the right way. We are going the right way. Some do. I mean, like Rockstar does, Ubisoft does, Bethesda. But for the most part, smaller developers have to pick a platform, build a game for that, and then port it. And whatever you end up with, that's what you get. You know? I mean, Xbox to PC, PC to Xbox. it's pretty close. Xbox is more or less just a PC with everything that isn't gaming system taken out, but once you get PlayStation involved, that complicates things. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. That's a balance for developers. You don't want to make a game that is only playable on $10,000 machines. But the people that do own those machines want to see games that make the most of them. It's impossible to please everybody. All right, we want 4 oils. And can we load here? Yeah. Now, I'm curious if this says... Yeah. All right. Uh-huh. All right. So you can only get fuel at the fuel stop. You can get fuel or oil at the oil rig. Good to know. Before we get too far, let's mark this so we know where we're going. We're going to Mountain River. So we'll go here, here, and then up and out. Done. Slightly Mad is, they say, Slightly Mad is making their own console. You know, I want to support entrepreneurship. I love innovation. I love the underdog. But I don't know, man. Slightly Mad struggled to get Project Cars 2 done, and they never really finished it, just kind of abandoned it. Yeah, slightly. They had a hard time pulling off a video game. I don't know if they could pull off a console. And the other thing is the financing for that, because that, if I had to guess, if I stepped back into my business background, I would say between 150 and 500 million dollars to develop a console, a competitive console. Yeah, no doubt. The Amiga was there was something going on there. Yeah, I mean, the stories about the PS4. So there's companies in California that will disassemble and reverse engineer any technology that you put in their hand. And they will work with your legal department and create a methodology to develop whatever technology it is, right? So somebody comes up with I don't know, an SSD technology, right? And you're Samsung. And you make an offer for it. They say no. You say, fine, we'll steal it then. We'll steal your patent. So they hire this company to disassemble it and tell you how it could be built. And then you start building it yourself. And when you get sued, you say, no, we went through all the steps. It was parallel. We invented this ourselves. We just did it at exactly the same time as this other company. And then you have your patent attorneys go after them and take all their money and ruin them because business. So one of these companies pulled apart the PS4, and in their report for it, they said it doesn't look like a consumer electronics product. It looks like something from an intelligence agency. It looks like DARPA made it. It's not normal inside. It's not regular. And they calculated the cost to build the PS4 exceeded the purchase price. And that's just the manufacturing cost. That's not... We go the wrong way again. Nope, we're good. That's just the cost to build one, right? they're selling it for less than it costs to physically build one. And they still haven't included R&D and marketing. So the PS4 was a big play for Sony, and had it not sold, they had so much money invested in it. And they lost so much money selling them and made it all back from licensing to game developers. There were rumors that it could like crush the company, that it could bankrupt Sony. That was the risk they took, and that's Sony, and Sony is deep pockets all day long. So if Slightly Mad can develop a console and it's good for them, man. Good for them. I just can't imagine how Slightly Mad would have the deep pockets or the investors to come up with a meaningful console. Exhibit A, 3DO. Or for that matter, Betamax. So we're going over here. Right? Superior technology. We're going over here. We're going over here. Yep. There have been plenty of good platforms that just didn't have the marketing. So, good luck to them, man. But that's a big project. See how they do. Yeah. And that's, I mean, my background is marketing and business development. So that I see everything through that lens. And I think, you know, Henry Ford has a great quote. He said, if I gave people what they wanted, it would have been faster horses. Nobody knew they wanted the car when I found a way to make it affordable for everybody. So, I don't know. I think sometimes marketing and communication and how you brand something is as important as what it is. What people think it is can be more important than what it actually is. So we'll see. I think the world is going to change radically in the next 10 years. I think between virtual technology, wearables, implants, the world is just going to be so different. I mean, we already don't need people the way we used to. So as we get more and more connected and simultaneously more and more separated, I do wonder what life's going to look like. I mean, these worlds that we're in now are already so immersive. 5 years from now, gaming is going to be like stepping into a movie. Yeah, exactly. And that's without the sex robots. Once those come online, forget it, man. Nobody's going outside anymore. There could be a pandemic, people wouldn't even notice. I got my Netflix, right? I got my virtual reality video game, and I got my sex robot. And Blue Apron. I'm not coming out. All right, dropping off oil. Done. Where are we going next? This one is... That's locked till we do drilling equipment. Drilling equipment is locked until we do mountain pipeline. Mountain pipeline is locked. Mountain pipeline is open. All right, and these are all here. We can get beams here, service spare parts, medium pipes, small pipes. Let's do it, and then we'll call it. So metal beams, those are 2 slots each. And those are here? At the factory. All right. So we will, let me see. Do we need to fuel up? I think we can get around this small map without fueling up. But, I mean, it's right there. May as well. So we'll do that. Oh, hang on. Moment. What's that called? Pipeline facility. Pipeline facility. Why am I not seeing that? Is that a task now? Oil barrels delivery. Valley Pipe. Why am I not seeing this one? Mountain Pipeline Building. Oh, that... Okay. Idiot! The one we have selected? Yeah, that's the one you're looking for, sir. Alright. So we go here, 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 and here, and then we can take them right back up that way. Right. And, yeah, I think we can refuel. Moody lighting. Like Mudrunner style. I'm okay with that. Oh, it's crazy the amount of responsibility I'm entrusted with when I am clearly not an intelligent person. Alright, so we'll fuel up here. Yeah, I know. Then that happened. Sir. Really? This is really happening right now? Golly. Alright, high centered on a guardrail. And we're continuing. Alright. We made this turn last time. I think we can make it again without high centering on the guardrail. All right. Down the hill. Ooh. Down the hill. Hey, this is where, when the gooseneck had a fit, that's where it threw the pallet. I need to get that cleaned up. I'll come through and clean up all these maps at the very end. OCD is a hell of a drug. All right, so we go through here. Cross and to the, sir, to the left. All right. Oh, God. Did we just flat out? And we've got no spare tire. All right. We can... I think we can continue on with the flat. It's the first time I've done this. But I don't know how fast and how far. Wow. All right. Interesting. Things are going from bad to worse here. Which one is flat? Can't see. All right. I mean, we're still doing pretty good for an allegedly, supposedly flat tire. We're doing all right. If we can make it back to the service hub, I think that repairs everything back to 100%. I don't know if it fixes flats, but I think it fixes everything else. We'll find out in a minute. Yeah, I mean, we're still going pretty good for having 100% damage on one corner. All right. And this is, hang on, that's a trailer store? Check my style, yo. No spare. However, until they nerf this, I'm gonna make the most of it. I don't think you can put a spare on this Freightliner. I think that's one of the ways they balance it, is that no repair parts whatsoever, and the fuel tanks are pretty small. I think a nice way to balance that, nerf it a little bit, would be to just depreciate the trailer based on what you take out of it. If you use all the repair points and all the fuel, it sells back for a lot less than you paid for it. Because right now the resale price is exactly what you bought it for. Alright. So we're back to 100%. Medium pipes are a 2-slot. Small pipes are a 1-slot. Service spare parts are a 1-spot. So we can get all 5 of those on here at once and just come back down one time. Alright, what's the best way around here? We can go up through here. So service spare parts are up top. Pipeline building. Service spare parts are here. Medium pipes are here. Small pipes are here. So we'll drive around. We'll go here. Here. Down to the warehouse. Then on the way back, get fuel and fix it from the top. Okay. Strategically place them in what way? Okay, so you tee up trailers and leave them in certain places for certain jobs? Yeah, I'm trying to do that, and I've just been really, past couple sessions, I've really been struggling to, like, be efficient in my use of miles. Alright. So we make this turn. I think this one, yeah, this one was always open. It's the one next to it that has the downed pipe. But we'll get the downed pipe fixed. No, I've really been, I don't know, man. Been a little bit off my game. I keep saying I don't need to get fuel, and then I do anyway. Well, it has to take a back seat. It's only a 2-seater. There's no other option. I keep saying I'm not going to get fuel, but then I do, and because I do, then the next time we pass fuel, we're nearly topped off, and I say we don't need to get fuel. I think you're missing a D. So we'll go, I mean, we can get service spare parts while we're here, but that just means we'll need to haul them down to the warehouse and back. Yeah, we'll just deadhead down there so we're hauling less weight. There you go. I didn't really think about this. We're gonna try to turn a 5-slot trailer. And then when we come back up, we're gonna have to flip it the other way. Oh, this is ugly. Oh, it's gonna get worse. All right. I mean, it is fragile, and it doesn't carry a lot of fuel, but the Freightliner does get around. Alright, so we're picking up 1 medium pipes. 1 small pipes. You got it. So, we come here. 1 medium pipes. 1 small pipes, and we still have room for... Oh... Interesting. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking small pipes were a 1-slot, but they are a 2-slot as well. So we'll have to make a 3rd trip back to get the service spare parts. Well, now I'm glad we didn't pick them up. Had we picked them up, we wouldn't have enough room for these pipes. Let's see if we can. Oh, yeah, man. I'm with you on that. I went to college for 3 weeks in a row. And I'm telling you what, man, that left so much room in my brain because I didn't clutter it all up with, like, knowledge and stuff. Oh, yeah. I'm with you. All right, so our next... Oh, sir. Our next moment of intense focus is going to be when we get to the top of this little trail here and have to make the right, that 100 and some degree right to get back onto the bridge. And you know what I might do? Oh, yeah. You know what I might do? What if we just go straight back up across the bridge? It's right there. And it's not very far from there to the intersection. Yeah, let's just do that. It's not as exciting, but it's going to be a lot safer and a lot easier. We can just creep right up here. Yeah, exactly. And I think in the US, like 75% of college graduates aren't working in their field anyway. So, nah, you don't need that. Get all that out of there. What do you need an education for? Yeah, I mean, it's going okay. I feel like we could be doing better. Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. All right. Trailer is not wanting to bite. There it goes. Yeah, I think this makes more sense than trying to flip this thing around. This going, and yeah, the service spare parts are right up above this road that we're going to be working on, so that's no problem. All right. Oh, thanks, man. Maybe I'll maybe I'll find my mojo just as we get to the end of this episode. Oh, it's all that farm sim. All right, so dropping off pipes, and I think, yeah, we'll go ahead and call it. Man, these contracts are taking a lot longer than I thought. I really did think we'd be able to knock them out yesterday, or maybe yesterday and today, but did not think we'd be working on them for 3, possibly 4 days, because we still got a ways to go, right? One of the contractors has still has probably 10 jobs. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Now, my hope is that it will accept these and not say that we can't drop them off because we got to drop off the service spare parts next. If that is the case, I have a fix. Oh, sir. All right. All right, and now we have to back up. All right. Camera. Seriously, camera, what are you doing to me? Russia is going to be a wonderful nightmare. I like that there's just a stray pallet of gasoline in the center of the road. Oh, tank slapper. Slow speed reverse tank slapper. That's my favorite kind. All right, here we go. Once again, back to the service hub. You know, I realize sometimes that, like, the service hub, we were here probably 45 minutes ago when we brought the fuel here accidentally. Or was it longer than that? It might have been a full hour. We were here like, oh yeah, we're just going to take these up and drop them off. Beautiful. No. No, it is not. This has to be the biggest time toilet of a video game that I've played in a long, long time. Service spare parts. Tweece. 2 of them. Here we go. I'm also realizing, had we done this job earlier, well, I don't know. Hard to say. I was thinking of all the time we could have saved by having this road open and not having to go around. It's not much of a detour. You just kind of cut through the river there on the south side. But I don't know that we could have done this job because there were so many that we had to do in front of it. So I feel like this job was getting done fairly late in the process. It's not like we could have done it earlier and saved a ton of time driving around. All right. So now, I think this is all our roads open. Maybe? Beautiful. How we doing on time? I think this is about... Yeah, I think we've been going about 3 hours. Let's take a look at the jobs, but we'll call it here. So we've got one more left here. We need to do drilling equipment to do that. Drilling equipment is open now. The drilling equipment is at the service site. Is this a... Oh, it's... Okay, this is equipment. It's not a trailer. Alright, so we could take that one now. Yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wow. Okay, at least another couple days. We may not make it to Russia on Friday. And I think some of these are still... Yeah, that's locked. Yeah, drilling equipment looks like it's the cork in the bottle right now. Well, these go here. Service spare parts 4. Metal beams we can get here. Fuel we can get here. And small pipes we can get here. So we can do this whole job in Mountain River. Let's do this one next. Next episode. Okay. Cool. I gotta call it. I'm gonna go have some dinner. Let's be a good citizen and just smash through these barriers. As you do. Right. That's us done. Good, there we go. There's your screenshot. Right on. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. See you tomorrow.